Welcome into the Brooks Bench with your host Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host Megan.
What's up?
If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, follow us on all social media, and join our Discord link in the description. I will say there is going to be a second chance bracket group if you guys want to join. I believe it starts in the Sweet 16. Is that what you said, Meg? You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will have that bracket group. Link will be in the description if you want to redo your bracket because I need to redo mine. My bracket's horrible after today. But today we're going to be recapping the first not the first round. It's the first day of the round of 32. There was 8 games today, so we're going to hit all of them. The first matchup of the day. Duke defeating Oregon 59 to 53. Crazy game. Great competitive game. Deja Kelly showed out for Oregon, and I feel like it reminded a lot of people of what she did at UNC and how important she was there. And I think it rose her draft stock, honestly. But Toby Fournier was out for Duke with an illness. Hopefully she's back for the Sweet 16 because this game showed they needed her. Basically, Oregon, they popped off in the first half. Duke felt a little cold, like a slow start. But in the second half, Duke popped off, went on an 11-0 run. Um, and then it ended up into a 16-1 run from Duke. So Duke outscored Oregon at 22 to 12. This was another situation where I feel like Oregon should have used their big Che a little bit more. They did in the first half. They were capitalizing on Toby Fournier not being there. Jaden Donovan got in early foul trouble as well. And they were just I thought, I was like, wow, man, Oregon's about to upset number 2 seed, really? But Duke's defense really came through. Ashton Jackson, 20 points, 4 rebounds. She was 5 for 9 from the 3. Reagan Richardson, 13.6 rebounds and 1 assist. Duke shot well from the 3-point line, 41%, which really helped them out through this game. Oh, excuse me. And then Oregon only shot 28% from the 3. Duke did capitalize on Oregon's turnovers with 18 points off of turnovers. And like I said, Duke came out better the second half. But
Mhm.
I mean, what do you think about the game, Meg?
Yeah, it was definitely a fight. But I always say Duke sometimes is that inconsistent. Like they came out flat. They just
Mm-hmm.
didn't look as energized. Obviously, their game plan had to change when they're missing a person.
Yeah.
But third quarter, Jackson came out hitting. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that really lifted them. Deja Kelly played well. I know we were all shocked that she got them here, but she did great with Oregon, and
Mm-hmm.
they fought all the way to the end.
Yeah. Duke is going to either play NC State, oh no, not NC State, UNC or West Virginia next. Their games will be today when this video comes out. They'll be today, so we'll see who's going to advance. I mean, just a quick teaser. Did you end up picking West Virginia over UNC? No, you stuck with UNC?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that's going to be a lot of a split games for the day. Over to Notre Dame defeating Michigan 76-55. I mean, Notre Dame handled Michigan this entire game. I personally don't think there's a lot to talk about. Notre Dame came out on fire, went on an 11-2 run, then ended the first quarter 32 to 12. And then Notre Dame hit 12 of their first 16 shots. Michigan started out 1 of 7 from the field. I don't think anyone's really surprised here. I mean, we had talked about how we think Michigan's talented. They're just young. Notre Dame. This is the Notre Dame that I selected to go to the Final Four. Because you could see the potential that Notre Dame has. I know Olivia Miles played on her sprained ankle or injured ankle. I don't know if it's sprained. She said in an interview that she only decided to play 15 minutes up before game time. So she
Mhm.
was actually going to sit this game out. I'm wondering if she should. I don't know how the ankle's doing. But with injuries, they swell, that's something to avoid. But Notre Dame was led by Hannah Hidalgo, 21 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. Liatu King, 18 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then Olivia Olson from Michigan, 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. The most impressive thing, Notre Dame shot 50% from the field. And I'm pretty sure they shot 58% in the first half or something like that.
Mhm.
Michigan, on the other hand, shot 50% from the 3-point line. And like I said, Notre Dame just handled Michigan. Their defense, Hannah Hidalgo is a dog. on the defensive end and offensive end. But I mean, what do you think, Meg?
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is this is Notre Dame without Olivia Miles, essentially. Yes, she played,
Yeah,
but not to, not the true
full
Olivia
extent.
Miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, imagine them with her healthy,
Mm-hmm.
going off, like, yeah. So, and then Lassie King, man, they couldn't keep her off the boards. She was rebounding like crazy, like grabbing, like coming
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere and grabbing the rebound,
Mm-hmm.
which is really needed for them to get the second chances and to get the defensive rebounds so they don't get second chances. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, there was no hiccups in this game. They really, pretty much from start to finish, really closed this one out.
Yeah. Notre Dame will advance to play TCU next. This is a rematch from earlier in the season when TCU beat Notre Dame. I picked Notre Dame to beat TCU. I don't know. Did you end up going with TCU or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think hopefully Olivia Miles is fully healthy and we can see a fully healthy squad later in the season versus TCU. Both have been having really good seasons. This is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be one of those back and forth type of games. But I mean, Notre Dame revenge game for them for TCU getting them early in the year. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, it's gonna be a good game.
Mhm.
Over to South Carolina defeating Indiana 64 to 53. Now, this did not start off how a lot of people thought it would. Indiana came out to play. South Carolina shot 10 of 29, okay, and trailed Indiana 26 to 25 at the break. But let me tell you, I mean, Dawn has come out and said that Tahina Pow Pow, you know, kind of calmed the crowd. But I really think Dawn laid it to them because the second half, South Carolina came out shooting. All
Mhm.
right. They hit 9 of their first 10 shots and went on a 20-7 run. And they took control from there. Indiana, they couldn't get closer than 7 points the rest of the way. And I mean Indiana, they look good the first half. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, they're executing. South Carolina kind of looked like not like jittery, just kind of moving too fast.
Mhm.
Just moving way too fast. And then in the second half, came out, showed us why they're a number one seed. And yeah, South Carolina they out rebounded Indiana 37 to 27. Indiana had 16 turnovers. South Carolina capitalized on those turnovers with 18 points. And they also shot 43% from the field and 38% from the 3-point line. Um, what do you think, Meg?
Yeah, I mean, first half was a little rocky, but I don't think I was worried because you could still see signs that South Carolina kind of still had control of the game.
Yeah,
Pow Pow was defensively was going off.
I
Like
know.
she had like
What,
four
4 blocks?
blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think I was too concerned. I think they just, working out kinks. Like I know what Fuwali was I think she met up only had like 2 or 3 points. And
Oh,
that's
really?
usually, yeah, that's kind of unusual for her.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm not really concerned. I think, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. South Carolina is going to be playing the winner of Alabama and Maryland. Is that right? Yeah, Alabama and Maryland. I think we both have South Carolina advancing no matter who it is. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Over to Kansas State defeating Kentucky 80 to 79, a heartbreaker and a bracket buster. You Kentucky Wildcats, bro. Um, what a great game. This was just a great back and forth game. I mean, on the edge of your seat the entire game. I will say though, Kentucky, 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 you had this game. This was your game, and you lost it. You lost it. Because why are you settling for a 3-point shot when you only needed two to win the game
Mhm.
before we go into overtime? And you shot, how many times did they shoot the three? 3 times
I think
before they
so,
got the
yeah.
ball back? I was like, excuse me. This is a sign not to shoot another three. Let's just
Hmm.
let's just go for the two to win it, right? No. Anyways, and then Kenny Brooks decided to drop a play that did not work when they got their fourth chance to win the game. And it's just like it was frustrating because we started to see Kentucky kind of pull away a little bit, and then they let Kansas State right back into the game. The help side defense was horrible. Oh my God, how many times did you guys want to see Poindexter shoot and make a three? Even Glenn, I believe, was still also in the mix towards the
Hmm.
end of the game, just killing them on the 3-point line every single time on help side.
Hmm.
It was so frustrating to watch. And what was the other thing we had pointed out? Ayoka Lee had four
Yeah,
fouls
yeah,
at the
and
beginning of the
and
fourth
nobody wanted to
quarter.
drive on her.
No, they wanted
Yeah,
to settle for a three. Drive. And even when they did selectively drive on her, she let them go. No, she.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. See, look. I'm about to start cussing on here. Like, no, duh. Because she doesn't want to foul out.
yeah.
It's just, we were so frustrated at that. It was annoying. Anyways, obviously they went to OT.
Had a nice
Kentucky,
look.
Kentucky had a nice look to win it. Georgia Amore. It just the bounce didn't fall. And hey,
Yeah.
I liked what she said though. She's not gonna let one shot define her 5 years, and I totally agree with that. I mean, like she handled it well. She hit clutch shots to even get them to where they were. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like, dang, like how much more do you need her to do? Like,
Hmm.
so it's kind of like you see both sides, but
Yeah. And
we
on
gonna
the
make.
other side of the ball, Poindexter had a game,
Oh my
right?
gosh,
And
she
it would
went
have been
off.
heartbreaking for them to lose off of a game like that. Like she could not miss. Like
Mm-hmm.
she was hitting, and they were clutch threes too. But yeah, so I'm not mad at. I mean, yeah, it hurt brackets, right? But I
Yeah,
think
my
watching
bracket.
the game, I think Kansas State played like a hell of a game, and yeah, they deserve to move on. So
I think Kentucky still should have won.
yeah, they had like three
They
chances
had a
at the end.
hundred opportunities to win this game.
So
So annoying. But
yeah.
Serena Sundell also 19 points, 14 assists. She also hit a clutch bucket to send it to overtime as well.
Hmm.
The jumper, the spin around jumper was beautiful. Clara Strack led Kentucky 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Kansas State 40% from the field and 40% from the 3-point line. They were on fire. But yeah, heartbreaker for Georgia Amore. I really think she has risen her stock this season, and I would not be surprised if she gets drafted earlier than what she's projected. But she's gonna be a steal if she goes late in the first. Let's be for real. She can contribute to any team that she's gonna join. But Kansas State. Oh, I didn't write it. Who does Kansas State play next?
The winner of USC or
Oh,
Mississippi, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi State moved on yesterday. So yeah, USC or Mississippi State.
Well, either way, this was the end of the road for either of these picks for me. So short-lived. It would have been short-lived happiness for Kentucky if they would have went on, but no, but yeah, good win for Kansas State. They killed it. Yeah, I'm sure they're happy to have Ayoka Lee back.
Hmm.
Over to Ole Miss defeating Baylor 69-63. Another bracket buster for me. And you know what's crazy? These 4 or 5 games killed me. And it's like these games I was so torn on going back and forth, and it was just like I chose wrong every single time, but it's whatever.
Hmm.
So Ole Miss and Baylor, this was a good back and forth game as well. Ole Miss's defense, though, man, I just really think defense wins championships at this point. No, but Madison Scott was on fire. So was Theanu. I hope I said that right. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal. Madison Scott, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Von Lay for Baylor, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Yeah, they just like I said, back and forth game the entire game. Ole Miss didn't score in the final 5 minutes and 39 seconds of the second quarter. They went 3 of 17 from the field and had 6 turnovers. And that's when Baylor kind of went on their run and got the score to 29-26. And then in the third quarter, the teams combined score for 10 points in the first 1 minute and 22 seconds after the break. Very back and forth. I loved it. I liked all the, like, I don't know. You know, like when you're like in a battle and the crowd is like, ah, when
Hmm.
one team scores and the next, and they like rebuttal you and the other side of the crowd go, ah,
Yeah.
that's the best part of March Madness, in my opinion. I will say though that both teams, their first 13 shots that they combined for from beyond the arc, they missed. Okay, it was a struggle from three. Ole Miss finished 2 for 10. Baylor finished 2 for 15. But Baylor, I don't know. The vibes were on Ole Miss's side. I know Baylor fought themselves back into the game,
Hmm.
but yeah, Ole Miss held it down. They hit the clutch shots.
I feel like Ole Miss just always comes into the tournament with this energize that you don't really see like as much during the regular season, and
Mm-hmm.
they always seem to pop off in the tournament. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I felt like Baylor, like watching them towards the end of the season, I just something told me that Ole Miss was going to beat them. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I listened.
Yeah, no, I went back and forth on this game so much, and I feel like I knew I should have went Ole Miss because, like you said, that underdog. I feel like they just come in with this underdog chip on their shoulder mentality, and it just
Hmm.
works out for them because they're just gritty, and
Yeah,
it is what it is. Ole Miss will play UCLA.
yeah.
Um, hey, I don't know because Richmond looked good. I mean, we're gonna talk about it this Richmond game. I mean. Could Ole Miss do it?
They need to have a better shooting day than they
You're
did
right.
today.
You're right. I agree with you. I agree
But
with
I
you.
think what Richmond lacked was having someone that can really bang with
Lauren
bets.
Betts, yeah.
So I think Ole Miss would do a better job in that field than Richmond could, but Richmond
It's a
shot
shooting.
well. Yeah,
Yes, they
so
shot well. So yeah, that'll be a good game. And over to TCU defeating Louisville 85-70. You know the whole narrative of Haley Van Lith's revenge game, but it's kind of like, yeah, TCU handled Louisville. Even though Jada Curry went off for 41 points and lost the
mhm.
game. How do you go off for 41 points? Did no one want to help you? No, they didn't.
this
That was
this game
crazy.
though,
Yeah.
this game was fun though.
Tell me
This
about it.
game was very like you felt the competition in this
Mm.
arena. Like you felt the battle, you felt them going at each other. Yeah, but TCU, man, they were hitting their threes at the right moments. They were breaking the press. They just stayed calm. They stayed calm under the pressure. There was a few times they got themselves like caught up and like turned it over, but for the most part, they stayed calm and just played their game. But no, it was a good game to watch.
And to back that up, TCU shot 63% from the field and
Yeah.
61% from the three-point line.
Yeah, they were hitting.
That's crazy.
They were
How
hitting.
many times did we see that stat? That's
Yeah.
crazy. TCU can thank Agnes Emma Ino Inopu. I think that's how you
Hmm.
say it. 23 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 for 7 from the
She
three.
had a great game.
Yeah, I heard.
And for some reason, they just like because of they were pressing and then every single time they kept leaving her open and then she was able to just backdoor lay it up. So it was their press was good but also harmful to them because they
Okay.
kept getting beat. There was quite a few plays where they just kept getting beat on the last line of defense. So
Yeah. Sedona Prince, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and then, like I said, Jada Curry for Louisville, 41 points. That's crazy. TCU will move on to play Notre Dame. We already talked about what we think may happen. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe another bracket buster. We'll have to see because my bracket is beyond busted. Yeah, we'll talk about that. The next, Tennessee defeats Ohio State 82-67. Talasia Cooper, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Z Spearman, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. And then Jelani Cambridge for Ohio State, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Meg, I know you watched the first half of this game without me, so take it away.
yeah, Ohio came out dominating the first quarter, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they came out looking like how Tennessee does, where they come out pressing and just energized, like pushing the ball, like getting a turnover and pushing, or getting a rebound and pushing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought Ohio State was Tennessee. And basically they were up by like 11 points or something. It was starting to get out of control. I was like, wow, like I definitely chose wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ohio looks like they were looking great, but
Yeah.
then they let up. I feel like it started when the refs called like these two ticky tack fouls off
Mm,
their press, and I was
mm-hmm.
kind of like, let them play, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they kind of loosened up their press a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tennessee just started like hitting. They were, being able to get to the basket and knock down the shots. Because in the beginning, what would happen is when Tennessee did break the press,
Yeah.
Ohio's press, they played one-on-one ball and then would get a block or turnover. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
Tennessee, what are you doing? Like, break the press and then run a play or something. Like,
Yeah.
work the ball. They were just playing a lot of one-on-one, and it just wasn't working. So then once they kind of stopped doing that and got back to Tennessee basketball, and then Tennessee started pressing,
Yeah.
it just the game switched and they got back into it. And then towards the end, they just started pulling away.
Yeah. It was a game of runs, literally.
Yeah.
It was like Tennessee went, Ohio State went on their run, Tennessee went on their run. The second half, basically Tennessee scored 14 straight points, went up 54-37. Then Ohio State came back with a 20-2 run, took a brief lead with 50 to 57-56.
Mm-hmm.
Then Tennessee went on another run, 15-4 run. And they just kept the lead. And I don't the way Ohio State responded, I think like hampered them. I know Jelani Cambridge really like set the tone in their run, but then
Yeah.
after that second Tennessee run in the
Went
second
cold.
half, she was trying to force it too much.
Yeah.
Like, too many bad looks. But again, a freshman. She's trying to take over this team and it just didn't work out in their favor. I
Uh-huh.
know that the announcers were talking about how Tennessee's 5 on 5 off was just outworking Ohio State. Because Ohio State doesn't really go towards their
They
bench. I
got their
mean,
five. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's gonna wear them out throughout the game. But I get this is a strategy that it worked. It worked for Tennessee in this game. It
Uh-huh.
showed out. Tennessee played tough, and yeah. Ohio State had 23 turnovers, way more than their average turnovers a
Yeah.
game, and Tennessee capitalized 37 points off turnovers. Come on now. That is super significant. Ohio State was shooting well, 46% from the field and 41% from the three-point line. That's
Uh-huh.
not too bad. That's good enough, to win a game, but man, Tennessee's press and all those forced turnovers, I mean, really set Tennessee apart from Ohio State. But yeah, Tennessee will either face Texas or Illinois. If Tennessee plays like this, they have a chance against Texas.
I think they have room to shoot a little bit better, and then they just need to learn like you can be chaotic defensively, but then have some control offensively and stop playing one-on-one basketball. Like
Mm,
I just would love to see them work the ball a little bit more.
yeah,
Too often are they just doing like two passes and then that the last pass, whoever gets it, that person's kind of going one-on-one on like two or three defenders. It's like
yeah.
swing the ball a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I do have Tennessee. I think this is where I had Tennessee upsetting Texas if Texas beats Illinois. So
Wow, I'm sure
yeah,
Brooke does too.
yeah,
That's crazy. Well, let's talk about our last game of the night. UCLA defeating Richmond 84-67. But I just want to shout out Richmond because you guys played a wonderful first half. You
uh-huh.
were beautiful. They shot, what I tell you? They popped it up on the screen, 70% from the field in the first half.
Yeah,
That's crazy. They look good. They're executing their plays. What's her name? Maggie Dugan went off 27
uh-huh.
points. She was killing it in the first half. They they were doing good. There's not much more you can ask for from them in the first half. The second half, UCLA started hitting them
Yeah,
threes, and yeah, I mean, like you said,
and it's
they
hard to
didn't.
guard. Yeah,
Lauren Betts. They didn't have someone that could stop her.
uh-huh.
Lauren Betts ended with 30 points and 14
Yeah,
rebounds. Come on now. Kiki Rice, 23 points, 7 assists. Like, yeah, they took over in the second half. It was kind of a wrap after that. But Richmond, you look good. I,
uh-huh.
I was here for it. I started rooting for you at one point. I was
Yeah.
like, go ahead and get this upset. Look, Richmond ended with shooting 50% from the field and 42% from the three. That's great. I was I'm a fan.
Shay was over here cheering for Richmond, so that way her bracket. She's like, there's a lot of people that chose UCLA to make it to the final championship game or at least Final Four. She was like, this will bust all their brackets. I
My
was like,
bracket, it's because my bracket is so far gone. Like I'm just trying to figure out some way I can try and sneak back in there. I can't.
Yeah.
I've done the math. It's bad. Richmond also had 14 turnovers, and UCLA capitalized on that with 17 points off of turnovers. And UCLA also out-rebounded Richmond 40 to 28. But Richmond, it was a good fight. It was a very entertaining first half. So you should be proud. I think you guys played really well. Um, Bracket update though, like I said, my I'm done. I'm over it. I'm gonna start cheering. I'm gonna start cheering for everyone else. Megan, you're up there. You came back, girl. Fourth.
Yeah.
Fourth. Good for
That
you.
that Ole Miss one really helped.
Yes,
Um,
great pick. All those five seeds. I'm pretty sure you chose all the five seeds and they all won today.
yeah, in Tennessee, yep.
Yeah, see? That's where it comes. You guys got to pick the correct one. We still, our first place guy still, Jason Coker's still in first place. He didn't really pick that. He's on a roll. A lot of people changed though. All of those five seeds yesterday, we all dropped to
Uh,
31. Okay, we had similar brackets. Hey, but anything can happen. Okay, I don't know. I'm not too confident. I see a lot of people that chose South Carolina, and I also have
yeah.
South Carolina winning, so that's not helping my case. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But like I said, join our second chance bracket. It'll be up, link in the description. I'm gonna be filling out one. Hopefully, I have a better luck in the second chance half.
Mhm.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Round 32 continues tomorrow. So we'll have a second half recap on that. Hopefully it was as entertaining as today, because I feel like
Mhm.
we were stressed out. I was stressed out the entire day. It was
Yeah.
really good games back to back to back.
Yeah.
So hopefully tomorrow's the same. Hopefully you guys aren't working too hard and you guys can watch it on your phone, because it is Monday, unfortunately, which is a bummer. And games are what, like 9
All
to
day.
5 or 9 to 7 again? Yeah, that's crazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.